All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to you Akim out there sincerely doing the work of the hopeful elect. All right, my name is Amawan Gabar, back with another lesson, Lord willing, to edify and to feed the lambs of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And I'm gonna make this quick, through the spirit of the Lord willing, get straight to the point. But the other day, not a couple of days ago, about maybe a week or whatever, I was just watching some YouTube videos, of New York City in the 90s, Brooklyn in the 90s, block parties in the 90s, and so on and so forth, just looking at things, how it used to be back in the day or whatever, which is all still wicked, but I stumbled across a couple videos, a few videos on YouTube, and while watching the videos, man, I noticed some things, which was through the spirit of the Lord, man. I noticed a couple things. And one of the videos I noticed, it was I clicked on a video, Tupac arguing with Bootlegger, right? And I noticed that that there was, Israelites preaching in the back while Tupac was arguing with these bootleggers, and there's a couple more other clips I'm going to show you brothers too. But while I was watching this clip, man, a few things came to mind, a couple scriptures I should say came to mind, and I'm going to play the video for you brothers to see it, and then I'm gonna read my scriptures and then play the other couple clips and then bring out the scriptures. And Lord willing, this is just for edification's sake, through the Spirit, to show you that, the men of the Lord or the prophets of the Lord, or, men, I should say, who were called to do the work. And the reason why I say it like that is because some of the people that you might see in the video are no longer pushing the word of the Lord anymore. So I'm not gonna say men of the Lord or prophets of the Lord. I'm just gonna say, men that were called to do the work, and our apostles of Great Millstone and our elders, they might know and recognize, or they will know and recognize some of the guys, that are speaking or teaching, because after all, this is New York City. All right, now without further ado, let me play the first part of the video.
I want money, I want my tape, I want it now. I want my tape, all this thing, you can't sell my shit. That's me. Take the money out of my pocket. Now I want my shit.
Now I'm gonna just pause real quick. So you hear the speaker speaking in the back, whoever's speaking, and that's not a church choir. It's not Muslims. All right, those are Israelites.
I want my tape, man. I'm gonna fuck your whole stand up. You understand what I'm saying? You don't understand? That's my tape. That's me. That's my group. Now, we're taking money, we're selling my tape. Now, you gotta take my tape down. Now, if you don't take my tape down immediately, I'm gonna take your tape down.
Take the whole set down.
I'm gonna be like that. Look. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not taking it,
Take the tape.
Come on, man. I'm serious.
Hey, take you have police take this out, but not
I have the right to do.
But you take it to police.
No, I don't have to take it to the police.
You know,
I don't have to take it to the police. I'll drop the letter now. He's selling my tape. He's stealing something. That's the position of that state. You didn't get paid. You get paid on process. You can't say shit. Mind your business. You mind your business. You ain't got shit to do with you. Pay attention. Fix your watch. You understand? Now, if I see my tape again, by the word of God, I swear, dropping the shit. Come. That's mine. You're robbing. I'm not playing. I'm going to watch the movie. When I'm finished, I'm coming back. If my shit is out there, I'm dropping. And if he says something, I'm dropping as well. I'm serious. Fuck around.
Yeah, I'm gonna just pause real quick, man. You could clearly hear the man on the mic in the back, whoever he may be, prophesying out the scriptures, man. You could tell that that's an Israelite, one of the men, Hebrew Israelite, that's how it was back in the day, man. If you watch old videos, there was the megaphones, the speakers, in that particular area around Times Square, 42nd, you know, lower Manhattan and so on and so forth, even up in Harlem, you know. And this is in 1991. All right. This is in 91. Now, you know, I pause it because here you have, you know, Tupac, you know, and many other people, but, you know, here's Tupac arguing because somebody's bootlegging his tape. You know, rightfully so, of course. You know, he worked for it, whatever. You know what I mean? It's his money. You know, and here you have a heathen trying to, you know, bootleg his joint to sell it and make a quick buck. But here you have, you know, men that are called to do the work, you know, at that time prophesying the destruction of America. And Tupac is already arguing about a bootleg tape, man. His tape being bootleg, man. Show you that, you know, I'm going to bring out the scripture, man. John 15:22. It says, if I had not come and spoken unto them, they had not had sin. But now they have no cloak for their sin. All right. Again, John 15:22. This is the red letter. The Lord speaking. It says, if I had not come and spoken unto them, they had not had sin. But now they have no cloak for their sin. All right. So the Lord, how did the Lord speak unto the people? By the way of his prophets. All right. By the way of his prophets, the Lord speaks to his people. By the way of the men, he speaks to the people. All right. So now that the word is out, which the word been out, you know, I just came across this particular video in 1991. You know, the word been out before that. All right. Now these people, they have no cloak for their sin. This is New York City, man. This is the birthplace of the truth. You know, through the Spirit of the Lord by Abba Bivens. You know, let me get that real fast, man. I'm gonna play this and I'm gonna get that scripture. Yeah, now that was the video right there, right? That was that video. Now I'm gonna play another videos for you, brothers. But here you have Tupac arguing over, you know, his tape getting bootlegged. You know, his tape getting bootlegged when America's about to be destroyed. You know, even though that was in the 90s, guess what? The truth was still out, and a lot of people rejected the word of the Lord even back then. You know, a lot of people rejected the word of the Heavenly Father even back then, man. That's why he's no longer, in this realm. You know, he's back in the spiritual world, man. You know, he's back in the spiritual world along with many other people who rejected the word of the Lord. And till this day, people that are rejecting the word of the Lord, man, the Most High deal with them. You know, pursuant to the scriptures, it tells you that they had not sinned. Excuse me, I'm going to read again, John 15:22. If I had not come and spoken unto them, they had not sinned. But now they have no cloak for their sin. Why is that? Because, you know, the Heavenly Father, you know, is basically, you know, cleaning himself not guilty from the blood that's going to be shed on this planet, man. You know, amongst Israel. You know, the Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai is, you know, is washing, you know, his hands, so to speak, man. You know? So now these people have no cloak for their sin. Now, if you reject the Lord, you really rejecting the Most High. And it's going to say that. He that hateth he that hateth me, hateth my Father also. If I have not done among them the works which none other man did, they had not sinned. But now they are both seen and hated both me and my Father. All right, now we could fast forward this in today's times, man. You know, the Lord works through his prophets, the men of the Lord, the men of Great Millstone, the apostles, the elders, you know, the righteous men of the Lord. All right, but people despise us and they hate us, they reject the word of the Lord. You know, why is that? Because ultimately they reject the Lord and his Father. All right, they ultimately reject Yahweh because Yahweh Shai is only speaking a word that the Most High commanded him. And through the Spirit of the Lord, our apostles, elders, and us brothers, we only speaking a word that was commanded of us by Yahweh Shai, which is his Father's word. All right. Now that was that Tupac video, and then through the Spirit, I came across another video that same night. You know, this one's in July 18th, 1990. And these are just tourist videos, right? These aren't videos, you know, posted up by any Israelite camp or anybody. These are just random tourist videos. You know, you could Google, you could look it up. New York City, July 18th, 1990. You know, this is not an Israelite video, so yeah. That looked like around 42nd Street. Now here you have another group of Israelites speaking around, Manhattan area. All right. And again, the point of this lesson is that Israel ultimately have no cloak for their sins. All right. Now, for these guys that fell out, that's no longer, pushing the word of the Heavenly Father that went back into the world after the year 2000, there's a judgment coming for these people too, And let me read that real quick, man. This is Luke chapter 9, verse 6-2. It says, And Yahushua said unto him, No man having put his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom of Yahweh. All right. Now, I'm not even gonna let that part go. With these prophets, so-called prophets that been out there in the highways and byways back then. But when the year 2000 didn't come, they lost patience. They stopped running the race. So the Lord said that no man putting his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom of the Most High. But the topic of this video, along with what I just mentioned, that Israel ultimately have no cloak for their sin. That's why I've stated before in previous videos that, we've had people, when we be on 34th Street, people pass by saying, older people in particular, oh, you guys still out in the street. I remember when you was out here back in the day, so on and so forth, man. But, that's the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Diligence, man. Diligence, through the Spirit of the Lord, man. So Israel don't have no cloak for their sins, man. All right, now last clip I'm gonna play is this right here. This is another video. This is another video from, I think it's called New York City Night 1995. So this is 1995 video. It's about 24 minutes long. Now this is another clip, man, which I stumbled across, through the Spirit. Again, just watching old video recordings from New York City in the 1990s. And that's all I typed in, and the Spirit led me to come across, three videos, man. And these are guys from the old school. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the apostles mentioned this man before. This I believe is Shah. All right, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, but I guess these men are no longer in it. That's why I brought out Luke 9:62. It says, and Yahushua said unto him, No man having put his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom of the Most High. So in no way am I bigging up anybody, that you brothers seen in the video. All right, but the point is that the truth always been out, and this is what the Lord said again in Malachi 4:5. Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord. Now, Elijah the prophet, all right, Elijah the prophet is talking about Abba Bivens, high priest, elder Abba Bivens, all right, going back in the late 60s, early 70s, pushing the word of the Lord, waking up Israel, You know, letting the blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans so-called know that you were the biblical Israelites. All right, so we living in that time period. It's only been, what, 40 years ago? You know, 40, 70, 80, 90, 2000, like 50 years ago. You know, that's really not that much of a long time. For a lot of things happen amongst Israel that are in the know, you know, since our high priest, Elder Abba Bivens, came on the scene. A lot of things have happened. A lot of people came and go. The truth have been increasing ever since the truth went out on YouTube, starting with the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, going back in the year 2007, going on YouTube. The truth have flourished, man. That's in the scriptures. All right, that's in the scriptures. The truth that had been so long without fruit, you know, the truth has finally flourished, man. And we at the end. That's why the Lord sent his man in reincarnation, Elijah the prophet, Abba Bivens, all right, before that great and dreadful day of the Lord. So before the Lord come back, he has to wake up his elect. He has to seal his elect. And this is a prime example that, you know, this thing always been happening. You know, and on top of that, this is not a camp video, you know, this is just some random people with some VHS recorders walking down New York City street and decided to videotape the scenery, and here you have the Israelites. So, you know, people don't have no cloak for their sins. Last verse, it says, and he shall turn the heart of the fathers to the children, all right, the heart of the fathers to the children, all right, and the heart of the children to their fathers, lest I come and smite the earth with a curse. Now, that's what happened. We turn back, through the Spirit, we turn back to our nationalities as being Hebrew Israelites. We look to the generation of old, all right, the ways of our forefathers, man. You know, so the Lord said he going to do that, lest he come and smite the earth with a curse, all right? So the curse is going to be what? The ICBM thermonuclear destruction. So us being out in the streets, man, that's coming to an end. We could feel it in the air. We could, you know, feel it in the spirit, you know, etc., man. We feel it happening, all right?
Woke up the other morning, I heard a rumor. They said the gang wars was over. I told them they was bullshit. They said it's real as hell. Fully in the attack. I'm not. Woke up the other morning, I heard a rumor. They said the gang wars was.
Now that's pretty much it, man. That's the lesson I wanted to show you, brothers. You know, share with you, Akim. You know, these random so-called random videos that I stumbled across that, you know, that had, you know, the truth being taught in it, man. You know, so anyway, I hope this was an edifying lesson to you, brothers, you know, that watch. And until next time, I want to say Shalom, Barakatah Yahweh, Shem Yahushai, all praises, honor, glory to Yahweh, Shem Yahushai, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to you elect. Shalom.